What's up, y'all? You want to hear a speed bag story by Speed Bag Thrasher? I've had a lot of people ask me, how'd you get into making swivels? What made you do it? Why? And so, hey, figure it's a pretty big night for me. We have sold a ton of pre-orders on the Evo 14X, and has still just got me all anxious inside. I mean, it's been a long time coming. So, story began with an Everlast. I mean, didn't everybody's? This is no bearings other than the ones in the actual housing. Squeaks like crazy. Absolutely hated it. But I mean, I'll admit, it got those drums banging again, and boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom, boom. I've had a real janky little setup, and after about 2 weeks was like, nope, we're gonna need a better setup than that. And I'd find myself at work at lunch sitting there going, what's the fastest speed bag? What's the fastest speed bag swivel? Looking for all these things, and it seemed like all the boxers were using the whole chain link swivel. It seemed just super fast, and it seemed like you see a bunch of them on Everlast bags. So I went from a Century bag and an Everlast swivel to a Everlast bag and a Tidal swivel. I hated this swivel. It is the biggest pain in the ass to get this clip off here. I'm not working on my motorcycle. And if y'all made this to prevent people from stealing it, why'd you make it so you can, I guess you did it like this so you could take it off there and take it and hide it from people stealing them. Anyways, these swivels suck. I don't like them at all. Swivel after that was the Forza Evolution. Swear, I'm not joking. I bought the last one you could buy off Amazon. Very last one. I bought this, contacted my friend, said, dude, I got this ball and hook swivel. I finally found one. Speedbag Skunkhead steered me in that direction up the ball and hook swivel. And I found this, and I was so excited. I immediately pressed buy, got it, talked to my friend. He goes, order me one. I turned around, tried to order another one. Sold out. Never to be sold again. Brilliant swivel. I mean, when I got it, I was really kind of like perplexed, like, wow, I mean, you got this plastic insert and you got this half ball. Like, what's up with the half ball thing? And then I realized it's because that half ball makes contact with this rubber gasket up here, bushing, whatever you want to call it, right before the eye hook makes contact with the swivel housing, preventing metal on metal action. And it makes it really quiet for a ball and hook. I mean, just brilliant design. I am absolutely brilliant. Problem was, you couldn't buy them anymore. There was this other dude that Skunk had steered me towards. He was making, that's where Skunk was using his ball and hook from. And I reached out to that person. Couldn't even get him to respond. So I started thinking, I'm like, well, I can take this swivel, I can take it apart and leave certain things in there. I go up to Hobby Lobby and I find some silicone rubber that I can pour this in a dish, pour it around, and I can make a mold of it. And I can make a mold of the cap, and then I can make a mold of the ball. And I go buy an eye hook, pour it in the mold, and then pour some resin in there from Hobby Lobby. Cheap resin from Hobby Lobby. And I made these basically Forza Evolution knockoffs. They were junk. They broke. You barely hit them. Snap. I mean, that plastic that I was using was just, that resin was just cheap. And it's just craft store resin, and I start building them up and making them stronger, and I'm able to beat on them pretty good. Man, it always sounds dirty. But I'm always able to beat on them pretty good, and they're holding up really well. And then these people started liking what I was making, and they wanted to buy them. So I started selling them to them, and they were all chopped down. Man, there was like no plastic left. I mean, they look cool, but they broke so easy. I felt so bad, but I was like, I spent so much time on that. I made all these videos for you showing you how to make it. It doesn't matter in the end when whatever you made just won't hold up. So, but felt bad. I didn't give up though. I figured out this one dude, man, you know who you are. I love him. I love him to death. He's one of the coolest speed baggers. I'm so glad that we became the friends that we are. He got his swivel in and he hit that thing like once and it broke it, and the ball hit the ground and like landed right back in his hands, and he just looks over at the camera like this, just like, I was like, oh my God, just broke my heart. And I told him, listen, man, keep the swivel, and I'm gonna send you another one. I actually, there's one on the way to Skunk right now. He's gonna test it out, and if he says it's skunk worthy, then I'll send you one, and you'll be good to go. And he goes, nope, dude, I don't think our bagging's the same type of bagging. I just want my money back. All right, cool. Well, that swivel made it to Skunk, and Skunk beat the hell out of that thing, and it held up, and I started making more of them and selling them like little batches at a time. I'd be like, all right, guys, I've got 6 of them for sale. All right. God, 6. And then people kept breaking them. I mean, it's understandable. Cheap plastic. And it is what it is. It's cheap plastic. But at least I was making something for the people of the community to where they could, even if they were just gonna have to bag soft, they still had a way to do Bible style. And that's the way I saw it. And I was trying to learn the whole time. And I've finally, somebody broke one. I just snapped. And that's when I made the Evo 11. I just made a pyramid of plastic. I was like, I don't care. I know this is just plastic, but this stuff is extremely strong. And I mean, it's just straight up. It was just a chunk of plastic that I wound up punching some holes down through where your screws go through, and then a hole for the core ball. I mean, again, a slab. I just took a chunk of clay, put it over a core ball that was on a table, and mushed it around it, and then cut it, and then made a mold of it, and then made a plastic mold of it, and then shaped the plastic mold. Golly, man, it was some work. But it was so good that it didn't break anymore. No, it didn't. But the eye hook started breaking. Golly, that sucked. So we go through that, and I figure out a stainless steel eye hook that I like. I mean, that was a whole trial in itself. I mean, the loops, the threads went all the way down to the loop of the eye hook on the first ones that I bought, and the threads would chew through the plastic tubing and stuff. But that's why I sold, extra core balls. If yours screws up, buy another one. That way you don't tear the housing of the swivel up. $20 is a whole lot cheaper than 60. It's not like I didn't put any work in these things. But so then in 2021, I make the Evo 13. And what I loved about the Evo 13 was, see how there's no holes in it, right? There's no preset places for holes. That's because I made this template that I made templates off of all the most common swivels: Forza, Title, Everlast, LMF, Valor. All those, they're all so close to one another of being the same size. So I just was like, I made templates of all of them, and I told people, hey, whenever you want to buy a swivel, just tell me what kind of swivel you already have, and I'll match the holes. Well, that did great for a while, but it really, in the end, it was a lot of work. It sucked. It was just a lot of time out here punching holes for people's swivels. So that's when I came up with the Evo 14. At first, it had the same flat, no holes. I was drilling holes for those too. It sucked. I wanted to get past it. That's why my friend Eris helped me make the Evo 14. So the Evo 12 and 13, all the previous ones, I made those basically from chunks of clay that I just shaped around a core ball, then drilled some holes and made a shape out of it, But the Evo 14 was the first one that was engineered. It was on AutoCAD. It was 3D World. And I'm sitting there with my friend Eris on Teams meeting, and he's magic with all of the, turning what I'm saying. And he turns it into something that's tangible and visible on computer screens and sends it off, and we have them printed. You know, this one it started out with no holes, and I drilled them out, but then I had Eris add these holes, these elongated holes, and this is part of my patent pending. Is this elongated hole allows you to fit on every major drum out there. If it's got a 4-hole pattern, Everlast to LMF to Valor to Balaz to all of them, this will fit. So you don't have to drill new holes in your drum. And I was just out looking out for the community, just trying to figure out a way to make things easier for them, you know. Making that switch from a U-hook to a ball and hook, man, it just shouldn't seem like it's such a big deal, but golly, when you can't find anything out there, it's a huge deal. And you finally find something, then you get it home, and you got this platform that you love, and you go to mount the holes in it, and they don't match. That sucks. So that's why I came out with slotted holes, so they all match real easily. Well, we go from plastic swivels. I always wanted to make a metal swivel at one point in time, and that's when we finally got around to Evo 14. I tell you what, I'm saying it, and y'all can hate on me all you want. I have searched all over trying to find somebody who would make these for me here in the US. Hundreds of people that I emailed and reached out to, salesman, we'll call you back. No. They realized that I wasn't a big enough player, and they didn't want to call me back. So I finally found somebody overseas. They made a kick-ass swivel. By the way, the Evo 14, it has a freestyle core ball. You know I love them. Spins freely. Yes, we did make it out of stainless steel. Yes, I did. I'll admit it. I loved, because I tried one of these without an insert in it, just metal on metal, stainless steel core ball, stainless steel swivel. Blech. Man, it was just too loud. I didn't like it. So I asked my guys, like, all right, let's try making one that fits really tight. This thing is tight. The one on the Forza, you can just slip it out, slip it in. It moves around. If you don't have that plastic cap in there, the noise of it click, 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 drive you crazy. I learned that. But this one fits really tight. There is no dust cover. We use full round balls. It's a tight fit. It's very snug. But I also use the Stealth core balls. Now there's a stainless one up here, but Stealth core ball, it's just that. It's just a paracord loop tied in a knot in the back, and it drops down into that cradle. And when it hits the sides, it's completely silent. You don't hear anything. I absolutely love it. Here we are, the Evo 14X. I mean, that thing's a beast. It's sharp. The first one I pulled out, I cut myself with that, stupid. But it's taken a lot of work to get to this point. There have been influences along the way that have helped me drive myself harder to make the community a product that they could use and that they could get without having to jump through hoops, without having to bag. Just go to a website and go, I'll take 2 of them. Cool. I did that. You know, I mean, there have been some people who've helped along the way. Some people have had some awesome ideas. God, I can't even tell you, you know, Oscar Robinson, Jonathan Chappelle, Zach Kasner, Brad Bachman, Nate Holdner. I mean, I have Speedy Spotty Rob. I mean, I've got to be around some amazing guys, and they've helped me speed back skunk. I mean, damn, dude, I don't know where I'd be without you. And Alan Kahn, God, the Godfather. I mean, he refers me to people. Talk about a speed bag like, all right. It means a lot. I put a lot of love into these things. A lot. You know, and I just want to be part of the community like everybody else. You know? And it's awesome watching people use your equipment. Next time, we got to get into the bags. So that's my swivel story for you, though. I mean, it's a story. But you know, next time we'll go over speed bags. Thrash your house out. Have a good one.